just, oh my god, look at that.
See how it doesn't touch the windscreen?
Yeah.
Like this?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so funky.
The Japanese.
But why? Why?
Yeah.
I don't get it. 2 plus 2. So in the States they did a tin top.
So how much are those, if something were to happen to that, how much does it cost to get a new one?
I don't know. I've weirdly managed to collect about 3 sets.
Fair play.
Yeah.
In 1983, Nissan dropped an absolute bombshell. A turbocharged supercar in a suit. It looks £1 million, goes like hell. The 300 ZX is on the channel. This is no ordinary car. It is a spaceship from the past. Active suspension, incredible planted steering, silky smooth and brutally effective. This looks like it came out of a Sega video game. Under the bonnet, we have a 3-litre turbocharged V6 producing 240 angry horses. 0 to 60 takes all of 6.8 seconds. It's not just fast, it's sophisticated as well. Like getting punched with a silk glove full of V6 oomph. It's wide, low and leagues more advanced than the cars that came before it. The inside feels more 3001 than 300 ZX. A wraparound cockpit, and this thing is packed to the brim with technology. Electric windows, electric mirrors, adaptive suspension, cruise control, power steering. It's got the lot. Keeping a car of this era in such immaculate condition takes immense commitment. Let's meet the man responsible for this commitment. John, welcome. Nice to see you again.
Hi. Yeah, good to see you.
So this is your 300 ZX.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see how fast it goes, yeah?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh my god! Oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell? That is like the fastest we've gone from. Oh my lord!
Yeah, it's nice and quick.
That kicks you. It was like blink 60.
Yeah, but when the turbo does come in, the back end squats down and off you go.
Oh. Oh my gosh! It's the great thing about cars. It's like just because they're older doesn't mean they don't have the same kick and character and power, right?
I just love it. I love this car. As soon as I saw it, it was another one of those Facebook Marketplace buys. Went to see it the next day, fell in love with it straight away. I love the shape of it. I love the colour. I love that it's got pop-up headlights and it's just everything that an 80s car should be. And it's fast as well. It's a turbo. The turbo manual pre-facelifts are the rarest ones to get as well.
And that's what this is.
And that's what this is, yeah. There's less than 5 pre-faced turbo manuals left on the road.
So this is also the rarest car I've ever had on the channel then?
Yeah, very incredibly rare.
So how long have you had this for and how much work have you put into it?
5 years ago, I bought it with the intention of doing it up one day. I drove it around for 3 years. 2 years ago, I decided I was just gonna, if I didn't do it, I'd never do it. So kind of took that leap and started it. It's been a lot of work. Probably hundreds of hours have gone into it, thousands of pounds. It's just snowballed. Massive team effort from Buffalo Builds, the guy who did all the welding, Dan. He is an artist because he has made all of the metalwork that needed to be replaced. He's made it all by hand out of sheet metal. Down to the point where he's put all the original swage lines in the boot floor, and it ties up with the original ones. So if you look, you just cannot tell that it's not the original metal. The paintwork from Lloyd's Refinishes. Everybody that sees the car sees the paintwork and says how good the paintwork is.
That was the first thing I said when I saw it.
Yeah.
Officially the nicest paint job I've ever seen on a classic car.
My painter would be very happy with that. The guy that did the metalwork did such a good job. And then the guy that painted it did such a good job. I thought I was going to get it rebuilt in 3 or 4 months, but it took over a year just to put all the parts back on it, because I couldn't just put them back on. Every nut, every bolt, every piece of trim that went back on. I've reconditioned every single piece of it. The rear lights have been re-lacquered, the side lights, the wheels, the inner arches, the suspension, everything has been done.
This is one very, very uncommon example of someone actually finishing a project car.
I know, yeah. It's uncommon for me as well, because I've had a few cars which I've had and never finished. Really, I just love everything about this car, and I wanted to put the time in and get it finished. It was funny actually, because I chased the painter to get it done, and then I got it back, and I was looking at it. It was a bare shell, and it was so daunting, the sheer amount of work that needed to be done to it, and it just sat in my garage, sat there for about 4 months after I got it back, and then I decided one day that half an hour every day, it doesn't matter what time it is, it doesn't matter how hard of a day I've had, I'll go out, and even if it takes me half an hour to put 2 bolts in, those 2 bolts are going to be perfect. And I covered the car up. Every time I came out, I would uncover a little corner and do a little bit of work on it, and I did half an hour every day, which admittedly, when I was getting closer to finishing it, turned into 2 or 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where about 4 or 5 months after I started doing that, I hadn't seen the entire car for that entire time. So when I took it out of the garage for the first time, it was almost complete, and it's the first time I'd actually seen it, and it was really nice feeling.
And this car has a interesting option that not a lot of them have.
Yeah, it's got ABS, which is a very, very rare option. A lot of people never knew that they came with ABS, but this one has.
And that ABS unit, you mentioned, it even has its own ECU.
Yeah, it's got its own ECU. I'll show you where it is. It's a bit of an emotional thing getting this out. So there's the ECU.
Yep.
And the actual ABS pump is there. It's absolutely massive. That's where normally on a normal one of these you'd have a spare wheel.
So that's maybe another reason why people didn't choose it, because they wanted a spare.
Yeah, because obviously I don't drive this enough to get flat tyres.
Yeah.
Although I've said it now.
Yeah, no, it'll happen. The vent is for that.
Yeah, the vent's functional. I think it keeps this compartment a little bit cooler.
And then the vent on this side, is that just for show?
I think that one is for show.
Symmetry.
I don't think the aerial gets too hot.
Yeah, that's an electric aerial, right?
It is, yeah.
Oh, nice.
I haven't got it wired up though. You don't buy one of these cars expecting everything to work, but you do buy these cars expecting to get the parts. But this thing is a nightmare for parts. I'm really struggling with this, I don't know why.
You're making it look easy.
A lot of parts for this that I bought have come from Japan. That aerial is an original aerial. Not come off this car, but it has come off a 300ZX. I've got receipts going back to the late 80s of parts from Howard garages.
Yeah.
I've looked Howard garages up and they are still going.
Wow.
And I've contacted them, and I had the number plates made specially with the Howard Garages logo on the bottom of them. So the front and rear are how I imagined it would have come out of the showroom.
And you'll keep this forever?
Yeah, it's part of the family.
Yeah.
It is part of the family, this one. I can never imagine selling this. I've done everything from the suspension, the bodywork, the wheels, the interior, probably up at around 500-600 hour mark. Dan from Buffalo Builds doing all the welding on it, he's probably in the hundreds of hours as well, as well as the painter. He's probably around the same.
Some of the best paint I've ever seen.
The paint, yeah. I still remember the day that I went to see it and pick it up. It almost didn't look real. It looked like a plastic toy car, you know? Yeah. It was so shiny and so smooth. I've never seen paint like it. I love the rear lights. I had that exhaust custom made as well. The floor mats, they're from Japan. They say Tokyo Nissan on them, which is quite a cool touch.
Oh yeah, that is cool. It feels like a drawing, like a piece of art. It doesn't feel like a actual vehicle, and the fact that it's here and I can reach out and touch it blows my mind a little bit. This is not a daily driver.
No.
What do you use this for?
It's a car at the end of the day. It's supposed to be used.
Oh yes.
So I take it out on very nice days. I take it out to shows. I take it out to just drive around and then enjoy, really. It's a nice car. I love it. It gets a lot of attention wherever it goes. I bought it with the intention of restoring it, and I've done that a few times now and never actually followed through with it. I lost a lot of sleep, put it that way, getting it to this point. Nothing went smoothly with it. It was all a fight, but it's come out exactly how I wanted it to. Even things down to the wheels, making the wheels. That was, I lost a lot of sleep over that. It was, I didn't know that they would fit on the car. I took all my measurements and things, and I had them made to specific sizes, but I didn't know for sure that they would fit and they would work, for more importantly, until they were actually on the car.
What was it like when you pulled that cover off all the way for the first time?
Oh, it was a good feeling.
Yeah.
Because you don't feel it doing a half hour here, 20 minutes here, there, and after about 4 months, you feel like you are getting somewhere, but you don't see the progress.
Yeah.
And it's when I first pulled it out of the garage and I saw it for the first time, I really seen a lot of progress, and it was looking far better than I had ever imagined.
Yeah.
The wheels are genuine original wheels, but I've had them converted into split rims. But yeah, pretty much the whole car standard. Yeah, so that's what the wheels started off like. They were off a non-turbo, so they're an inch smaller, 15 inch. And then I picked up an angle grinder and chopped the back of them off. Then I gave them to my friend's father-in-law. He's got a lathe which they fitted on. I made sure they fitted first, which they just did. Took all my measurements from them. Had them lathed up, machined off, took more measurements off them, had them welded, because they're welded to get that piece squared off, put them back on a lathe, ordered all my hardware, and then test fitted them on the car, made sure they fitted, and I had clearance.
Yeah.
I've gone from, I think it's 6.5J on the rear to 9J, so they're pretty much as wide as I can go.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's when the rest of them were getting machined up and welded up.
That's incredible that you've kept this journal of all that.
Yeah, I'm not terrible at taking pictures, really, but I documented this process well. My wife was not happy with me because I made them in the front room. I thought it was going to be like a 20-minute job, but it took about 4 hours.
I've done the same building skateboards in the kitchen.
Yeah, this has got to be done. Yeah, I tell you what though, I finished building the wheels.
Yeah.
The day after, I had the tyre fitting. It was on Saturday. I brought them back, fitted them straight on the car, put the car on the drive. Yeah. And I looked at it and I hated them. Absolutely hated it. And I was laying in bed on thinking, I'm sure it's because the ride height's not right, and it wasn't as low as this. It was about an inch, maybe an inch and a half higher. Yeah. And it must have been 10:30 at night, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna be able to sleep. So I came out here, got a jacked it up, and it's on coilovers, so I wound it down to the point where it was quite low, and I looked back and I was like, yeah, that's better. You know?
The Z31 was ahead of its time, and it paid the price. But nowadays, collectors are circling and values on these cars are only going upwards. It wasn't just a Z, it was the Z. The one Japanese sports car that redefined what precision could be. If the Supra was the show-off, the 300ZX was the gentleman racer. Slick, refined, and cool as hell. Seeing this car on British roads today is a breath of fresh air. Amidst a storm of white SUVs and bland grey saloon cars, this stands out in the best possible way. I hope that people like John, and maybe even like you, continue to preserve classic cars like this so that the next generation of petrol heads have something to look forward to. These cars attract a devoted following. Part admiration, part shared trauma. When you buy a Z31, you're essentially joining a support group. But what a group it is. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me if you check out some of the other stuff on my channel. It's all about classic cars at this point, so I hope you like it. If you or someone you know has an interesting vehicle from days gone by and you want to see it on the channel, leave a comment and we'll get in touch. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Facebook Marketplace has got a lot to answer for.
Oh yes, it does.